Welcome to CBT News with Shyann Malone.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Shyann Malone. Thanks so much for joining us. On today's show, we are joined by Cole Kuczynski, President and CEO of ICOM AI. But first, here's a look at today's top automotive industry stories.
Electric vehicle startups Lucid, Rivian, and VinFast reported disappointing fourth quarter results this week, following a slowdown in EV adoption that worsened throughout 2023. Lucid's revenue declined by $100 million during the October through December period, resulting in a quarterly loss of $654 million and an annual loss of $2.8 billion. Electric pickup brand Rivian saw its gross margins improve in 2023, but still posted a loss of $1.58 billion for Q4, driving its full-year losses up to $5.4 billion. Of the three, Vietnamese EV startup VinFast saw the most favorable quarterly results, reporting a 3-month loss of $650 million and an annual loss of $2.4 billion. The United Auto Workers Union is committing $40 million to unionize automotive workforces outside of the Detroit Three. The allocated funds will be applied over the next 2 years and help the organization expand its focus to include electric vehicle battery manufacturers. After winning historic pay and benefit increases for members, the UAW launched a campaign in late 2023 to organize several non-union automakers across the U.S. This January, the group confirmed that a majority of workers at Volkswagen's Tennessee plant has signed union authorization cards, but has kept updates about other targeted facilities to a minimum. Mercedes-Benz has signals it will slow down its transition to electric vehicles and prioritize internal combustion engine models, becoming the latest in a series of automakers to dial back electrification plans in the recent months. The manufacturer now aims to supplement 50% of car sales with EV or hybrids by 2030, 5 years later than originally intended. The company's CEO told investors that Mercedes-Benz would plan for a new lineup launch in 2027. New research from electric vehicle analytics platform Recurrent indicates that range anxiety may be an unnecessary concern for most consumers, despite being cited as a key obstacle to widespread EV adoption. Using trip data pulled from 18,000 battery-powered cars in all 50 states, the company determined that drivers only travel 8 to 16% of their vehicle's estimated maximum range on a daily basis. Range usage trended higher in rural states such as Wyoming and Montana, but declined more in urbanized regions such as California and Texas.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we have Cole Kuczynski. He's here to discuss how AI has impacted various aspects on dealership management. We'll be right back with that.
CBT News is expanding its reach like never before and is launching in over 70 million broadcasting households. Whether you have Roku, Apple TV, or a mobile device running on Android or iOS, you can now enjoy our engaging, in-depth interviews with dealers, automakers, trade associations, best-selling authors, motivational speakers, and so much more, whenever and wherever you are. Simply search CBT News in the App Store of your smart TV.
So we see and hear so much about AI. From a dealership standpoint, what are dealerships doing to leverage AI and what helps them on a day-to-day management basis?
Yeah, so there's so many different applications for AI, right? Like our particular use case is conversational, but many dealers utilize it just to leverage understanding of data, to automate certain marketing tools, marketing campaigns, creative. But as I said, our application is conversational, and where we're adding value to the dealerships is aiding in the assisted sale, right? So we're taking a bunch of mundane tasks, follow up from the sales staff and BDC staff, and funneling that through our AI to identify the best opportunities to sell cars.
Can you give us some examples?
Yeah, absolutely. So when a lead originates online or on a website, on a third-party lead provider, funnels into the CRM, this is when our AI jumps into the conversation. So via SMS, we'll be texting with customers and answering some basic questions that they have, maybe about the dealership, about the inventory, about financing, with an intent to schedule an appointment with the salesperson. We can also trigger phone calls. We can schedule in-store appointments. But the real benefit of that is immediately following up, engaging in long-term follow-up, and as I said, augmenting the sales process and being an assistant to the sales team.
I was going to say, kind of like a personal assistant.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah. Personal assistant for everybody on your sales team.
Yeah.
So this allows them to be much more efficient and increase contact rate between the salespeople and the customers.
And are there any emerging trends, per se, that dealers should be paying attention to just in the coming years with AI?
Yeah, absolutely. I still think that this is so new in the automotive space. Really, in the last year, our company, as well as some of the other applications for conversational AI, have really taken off. So dealers are really just starting to embrace it and adopt it, but really fully understand the potential of it. So from the sales end, as well as acquiring cars, it's a great application, right? So it allows us to be more effective of help assisting the buying team on buying cars. Same with service appointments, follow-up, CSI, really any sort of automation that you can think of from a follow-up standpoint or an outreach to customers. There's a way for us to automate it and use our AI to enrich the conversation.
And be sure to watch this full interview right here at cbtnews.com. That does it for our show today, but we do invite you right back here tomorrow morning on cbtnews.com. You can always stay up to date with the most recent news and trends influencing the retail automotive industry by following us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm Shyann Malone. Thanks so much for watching. You have a good one.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content. CBT News is expanding its reach like never before and is launching in over 70 million broadcasting households. Whether you have Roku, Apple TV, or a mobile device running on Android or iOS, you can now enjoy our engaging, in-depth interviews with dealers, automakers, trade associations, best-selling authors, motivational speakers, and so much more, whenever and wherever you are. Simply search CBT News in the App Store of your smart TV